In a world filled with challenges and uncertainties, Stoicism, an ancient Greek philosophy, offers a timeless guide to inner peace, resilience, and personal growth. It teaches that while we cannot control many external events, we have complete control over our responses, thoughts, and attitudes. By focusing on what's within our control, Stoicism helps us reduce bitterness and cultivate a more harmonious and purposeful life. From Roman emperors to modern leaders, this philosophy has inspired individuals seeking wisdom, resilience, and inner peace. In this exploration of Stoicism, we'll delve into its core principles and practical habits that can help you confront adversity with grace and embark on a journey of personal growth. Man is not worried by real problems so much as by his imagined anxieties about real problems. Number 8. Practice acceptance. One fundamental Stoic principle is the practice of acceptance. Stoics understand that there are countless aspects of life beyond their control, including the actions and behaviors of others. By embracing the concept of amor fati, the love of one's fate, Stoics learn to accept whatever comes their way. This doesn't mean passive resignation, but rather a recognition that your power lies in how you respond to events. By acknowledging this, you can release the bitterness that often arises from a desire for things to be different. Instead, focus on your thoughts, actions, and attitudes, which are within your control, and work to make them virtuous and aligned with your values. In the face of life's uncertainties, Stoicism teaches that acceptance can lead to greater peace of mind. When you accept the world as it is, you become less prone to frustration and bitterness, as you've let go of the need to change external circumstances to find contentment. The Stoic philosopher Epictetus emphasized that it's not the events themselves that disturb us, but our judgments about them. By practicing acceptance, you can change your judgments and foster a more positive and balanced outlook on life. But how does this relate to being self-aware? Number 7. Develop self-awareness. Stoicism encourages self-reflection and self-awareness as a means to overcome bitterness and negative emotions. The Stoics believed in examining their thoughts and emotions to understand why they felt a certain way. This introspective practice allows you to identify the root causes of bitterness, such as unrealistic expectations or attachments to external outcomes. By journaling or simply taking time to contemplate your feelings, you gain insight into your thought patterns and can begin to challenge and reframe them. Self-awareness also helps you recognize the moments when you are straying from Stoic principles. It's a tool for self-correction and self-improvement. By becoming aware of your own responses and behaviors, you can align them with Stoic virtues like wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance. The more you understand yourself, the better equipped you are to make choices that lead to personal growth and emotional well-being. As the Stoic philosopher Seneca said, "We are more often frightened than hurt, and we suffer more in imagination than in reality." Self-awareness allows you to distinguish between the real source of suffering and the stories your mind creates, reducing bitterness and improving your mental resilience. Number 6. Mindful living. Mindful living, as practiced within the Stoic philosophy, is all about immersing yourself fully in the present moment. It's a practice of paying acute attention to your surroundings, sensations, and thoughts, allowing you to connect with the beauty and simplicity of everyday experiences. By living in the moment, you can better manage your reactions to external events and prevent bitterness from taking root. When you observe your thoughts and emotions without immediate judgment, you gain greater control over your responses, responding to life's challenges with wisdom and equanimity. A central aspect of mindful living in Stoicism is the cultivation of gratitude. The Stoics believe that by appreciating the simple joys of life, even in the face of adversity, you can shift your perspective away from what you lack and towards what you already possess. This practice fosters contentment and reduces the bitterness that often arises from desiring different circumstances. By fully embracing the present and practicing gratitude, you can create a more positive and resilient mindset, aligning with Stoic principles of virtue and personal growth. So, how can living mindfully affect your reactions? Number 5. Control your reactions. Controlling your reactions is a fundamental principle in Stoicism, emphasizing the power of self-control and emotional regulation. Stoics recognize that while external events are often beyond our control, our reactions and responses are entirely within our grasp. By practicing this Stoic concept, you learn to pause and consider the consequences of your actions and the emotions they may evoke. Instead of reacting impulsively or emotionally to external circumstances, you develop the ability to respond with wisdom and composure. This practice is particularly effective in preventing bitterness, as it allows you to assess situations objectively and make decisions rooted in reason rather than fleeting emotions. Stoics like Epictetus argued that it's not the events themselves that disturb us, but our judgments about them. By mastering the art of controlling your reactions, you become better equipped to navigate life's challenges with a calm and rational mind. You can anticipate the potential emotional pitfalls that often lead to bitterness and replace them with deliberate, virtuous responses. This Stoic practice helps you achieve greater emotional resilience, inner peace, and a sense of control over your own destiny, irrespective of external circumstances. Number 4. Cultivate resilience. Stoics firmly believe that hardships are an inevitable part of life, and rather than becoming bitter or discouraged in the face of adversity, they encourage individuals to use these trials as a means to test and improve their character. Resilience in Stoicism is a reflection of one's inner strength, the ability to bounce back from setbacks, and a determination to become a better, more virtuous person through life's difficulties. Stoic philosophers such as Marcus Aurelius and Seneca advocated for the idea that every obstacle is a chance to exercise your virtue and wisdom. Resilience in this context is not merely about enduring difficulties, but actively engaging with them and learning from them. It's about recognizing that by facing and overcoming challenges, you become a stronger, more resilient individual. This Stoic perspective on resilience can help you let go of bitterness by shifting your focus from the negative aspects of adversity to the potential for growth and self-improvement that it offers. It encourages a mindset that views setbacks not as obstacles to success, but as stepping stones on the path to becoming a better and more virtuous person. Number 3. Avoid comparisons. In Stoicism, the practice of avoiding comparisons with others is grounded in the belief that each person's path and circumstances are unique, making comparisons inherently flawed and counterproductive. Stoics advocate for self-comparison rather than measuring oneself against external standards or the achievements of others. By engaging in constant self-reflection and self-improvement, individuals can better align their actions with their values and focus on their personal journey of growth. This Stoic principle helps to alleviate bitterness as it redirects one's attention away from jealousy and envy that often stem from unfavorable comparisons to others. Comparisons with others can lead to a sense of inadequacy and discontent, which is contrary to the Stoic goal of achieving inner tranquility and contentment. When individuals stop measuring their worth based on external standards or the accomplishments of others, they can cultivate a more grounded and balanced sense of self. By embracing the Stoic concept that virtue and wisdom are the true measures of one's worth, people are encouraged to focus on their own progress and character development, which can lead to greater fulfillment and a reduction in feelings of bitterness or resentment. Stoicism teaches that the key to self-improvement and a better life lies in looking inward rather than outward, making the practice of avoiding comparisons an essential element of the philosophy. Avoiding comparisons on its own can be very valuable, but how can you take it a step further? Number 2, let go of the past. Stoics understand that dwelling on past regrets, grievances, or mistakes can be a significant source of bitterness and distress. The philosophy encourages individuals to recognize that the past is beyond their control and cannot be altered. Instead, Stoicism teaches that the key to a more content and virtuous life lies in living in the present and looking towards the future. By letting go of the past, individuals free themselves from the emotional burdens that can hinder their progress and happiness. The Stoic practice of letting go of the past does not imply forgetting or neglecting the lessons learned from one's history. Instead, it emphasizes learning from past experiences and using them as a foundation for making wiser decisions in the present and future. By releasing attachments to past grievances or regrets, individuals can focus on the things they can control, such as their current thoughts, actions, and character. This Stoic mindset encourages personal growth, emotional resilience, and a reduction in the bitterness and resentment that often accompany a preoccupation with past events. Number 1, develop emotional detachment. Developing emotional detachment is a significant aspect of Stoicism that helps individuals maintain their inner peace and resilience. In Stoicism, emotional detachment does not mean suppressing or denying emotions, but rather learning to observe and manage them with a rational and objective perspective. This practice allows individuals to avoid becoming excessively attached to external outcomes, whether they be success, praise, or material possessions. By recognizing that their core happiness and contentment come from within and are not contingent upon external circumstances, Stoics can navigate life's ups and downs with equanimity. This detachment from the outcomes of their actions reduces the risk of feeling bitterness or disappointment when things do not go as planned. Emotional detachment in Stoicism is closely related to the idea of focusing on what is within one's control, which primarily includes their attitudes, judgments, and responses. By practicing this form of detachment, individuals can remain steady and composed in the face of adversity, rather than allowing their emotions to dictate their reactions. It encourages a shift from being reactive to being responsive, enabling one to choose virtuous responses that align with Stoic principles. This practice, in turn, fosters resilience and a more tranquil state of mind, reducing the likelihood of bitterness and negative emotions. Stoicism teaches that the path to emotional well-being and wisdom lies in developing this balanced approach to emotions, striking a harmonious balance between experiencing them and maintaining control over their impact on one's life. If you're here, you've shown your willpower and commitment to self-improvement. To keep growing, embrace these Stoic-inspired habits. Like and share this content, and tell us which Stoic lessons you'd like next. Click the video to continue your journey. Thank you for joining our community of discipline and wisdom.